In a game where both teams had to have it, both teams streaking in the wrong direction. No fronting, ATL came out in this game stunting. And moving forward, in the words of Will Smith to Martin Lawrence, that's how you play. Instead of that's how you drive, that's how you play. Welcome back to Hawks Digest. I am Chris Tipmore. Huge Hawks win tonight, Hawks fans. This was a great win ultimately. We needed this. Again, like I said, both teams coming in tonight on losing streaks. Milwaukee, 3 games. Atlanta, 2 games. Something had to give. Who was going to want it more? And of course, the good guys showed up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to get right into it. This post game, Hawks, Bucks. But before we do, you know how I like to do, and got some updated news. Thank you to everyone who is subscribed to Hawks Digest. We are at a 57.9% of you guys subscribed, making Atlanta Hawks Digest one of your first listens when you need that Hawks content. Whopping 57, almost to a 60-40. And the 42% who are not subscribed, come on over and be a part of the Hawks Digest. We would love to have you. Thank you to each and every last one of you. And before I get into this video, salute. Seriously. Again, guys, coming into this game, losing streak, both teams had to have it. We're going to see who was going to come out and want it more. In this game right here, the Hawks and Bucks started out, I'm talking about just trading punches, trading blows. You seen Milwaukee coming out, playing at a pace that they just wasn't used to playing. You seen it in the first quarter. I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, these Bucks are really playing the Hawks type of a game right now. Let's see if they can sustain that. We'll see what happens. Second quarter, it's like they came out sprinting, right? They came out sprinting. The next thing you know, that sprint kind of turned into like a little light run. Then next thing you know, it started kind of like turning into a trot. And by the end of this game, these boys was walking. So, guys, again, they were playing up to our pace. I didn't think that was going to be sustainable for a team like Milwaukee, who's more so like in the half court. Of course, they're going to draw the defense with Giannis. He's going to get to the foul line. That's just something that's going to happen. But in this game, the Atlanta Hawks was able to take care of business as far as like points in the paint goes. 62-46 in favor of Atlanta. You've seen in that second half, Atlanta was able to establish and impose their will. Atlanta was able to dominate the third quarter. Finally, a death quarter for another team and not us. Finally, we're on the giving end instead of the receiving end of a big third quarter or just a big quarter. It was big. It was huge. I didn't think the pace that Milwaukee was fighting with against Atlanta was hanging in them right there, getting to the foul line, making big shots. Trae Young came out making big shots. He was hunting, but notoriously, Trae loves playing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Outside of the New York Knicks, Trae played them Bucks, and he always gives them buckets. He always gives them assists. He always normally has good games against these guys. So again, at the end of the first quarter, it was 44-37, but I did not feel shaken. I would not be moved because I seen that this was the Hawks pace that these guys were playing at. And I was like, let's just see. I'm just sitting back watching like, let's just see if they can keep this pace. Second quarter, you start to see them, like I said, that sprint kind of turned into like a little run. Hawks was able to score 45 points to 31 in Milwaukee and overtake them for the halftime lead. I was like, all right, Milwaukee has cooled off. I'm looking at what's going on. I know Kyle Kuzma had a great first quarter. Giannis is going to be Giannis. But I wasn't convinced that these guys could be able to keep up with the pace of the Atlanta Hawks, one of the top 3 teams in pace in the league, getting out in transition. At about in a halftime, the Hawks had already had over 20 transition points, or at least 18 transition points now They did cut down just a little in the second quarter when we ended up finishing this game with 22 fast break points. And also the points off turnovers, 28 for the Atlanta Hawks, 11 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks only had 4 fast break points. Again, that's our pace you're trying to play at. Thank you for that. Because honestly, you wore yourself down in that first half. That's why, and also bench points was a gridlock, 46-46. But we had great bench play tonight. I'm going to get into individual performances. You guys already know that. But third quarter, huge third quarter, 36 points from our Atlanta Hawks, holding these guys, the Milwaukee Bucks, to only 17 points. A team that had scored well over 30 in both quarters to begin with. But in that third quarter, the Atlanta Hawks, like I just said, they imposed their will. The Atlanta Hawks took care of business and had those guys out there looking dismal. They didn't know what was hitting them in the third quarter, okay? They didn't know what was hitting them. And the Atlanta Hawks, all the thing they just kept on doing was like, we're going to play our pace. Tonight was a great example of what Quin Snyder wants to play. Hawks did a great job with the driving and kicking. Hawks did a great job by knocking down shots. Hawks did a great job by, like I said, driving and kicking, having the defense collapse, and they're still like moving the ball around. That spacing, something that they did tonight. They had the Milwaukee on their heels in the second half. Of course, you know how I like to finish quarter strong. At first, in the beginning of the fourth quarter, I was like, come on, Hawks, come on. Let's not take our foot off the gas. My thing is, we're so disrespected as a franchise that anytime that we have a big lead, I want to continue to stomp them out. A-Town stomp, if you will. And I want to continue to do that. Now, at first, Milwaukee was beating us in that fourth quarter 25-13. But the Atlanta Hawks did turn up the pace a little bit more. They did continue to, in midway through the fourth quarter, to go back to how they were getting that big lead, and they finished strong. So finished with 27 points in the quarter compared to 32 for Milwaukee. Final score, huge 145 points to 124. Hey, these two teams right here, when they scored over 120 points, darn near undefeated. So I'm glad that the Atlanta Hawks were able to execute on both ends of the floor, get this win, excellent win, and also winning the season series versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Because guess what? That NBA Cup win, it counts. So now the Hawks have defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 3-2. And before I get into individual performances, if the Milwaukee Bucks continue to lose, and if we finish the season with the same record as those Milwaukee Bucks, the Atlanta Hawks will be the 6th seed in the NBA playoffs. I repeat that. The Atlanta Hawks would be the 6th seed in the NBA playoffs. All they got to do is continue to win, continue to fight. Right now, Milwaukee is 40-34. The Atlanta Hawks is 36-38. Only about 4 games behind. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying it can happen. Okay? If we can start a little streak, and if they can continue, because the Bucks on a 4-game losing streak, Bucks going on another 4 games, adding to that losing streak to make it 8. Hawks end up winning games. Hey, I'm just saying, there's still enough time to do this, guys. All right, let me get into individual performances, guys. As y'all can tell, I'm definitely excited by this win, but I definitely got to get into individual performances tonight. Georges Niang. Yeah, I'm going to start with the bench, man. Minivan, what's happening, man? I'm liking what I've seen tonight. Georges Niang is a player that is a little chirpy. He talks. I love it. I love it. I love the trash talk. I love a player that has a little edge. And tonight, that edge had him going 6 for 11 in 14 minutes off the bench, 54%, 50% from three, being 4 of 8. Yes, sir. Minivan dropped 17 points for you tonight, and they were big. You kept seeing Trae Young on the pick and rolls. You kept seeing Trae Young being able to find him, and Niang was knocking it down. At one point in time, Niang was 4 or 5 from the three. I know in the second half he missed a few, but hey, he had already done his damage. 17 big ones off the bench. That's what you brought him here for, to be able to put points on the board coming off of passes from Ice Trae Young. I got to give Minivan his love. I appreciate your effort tonight, sir, and continue to do what you do. Also, next guy I got to get into is Dyson Lamar Daniels. That's not his middle name. I just gave him something. But Dyson Daniels, man, 10 of 15, 66% from the field in 33 minutes. He didn't make a three. It's okay. He still gave you 22 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Guess how many steals? 5 on it. And that was a great omen for the Atlanta Hawks. Great game from Dyson Daniels. Overall, being a pest on both ends. He was a plus 21 for those who care about that. George Niang, he was a plus 2 for those who care about the plus and minuses. Honestly, there was only one player that was in the negative in this game, and that was Terrence Mann. I know he got ejected as well, too. Really, to be honest with you, Pat Connaughton should have got ejected, because why in the world you ain't let Trae Young land? Now's a possibility. We have to monitor the injury report to see what's going to happen with the ankle. Why does it always have to be the Milwaukee Bucks? When that referee was standing there just watching shots and not moving out of the way, next thing you know, Trae Young rolls his ankle on him. Now Pat Connaughton not letting Trae land, rolling his ankle again, and then you give the technical foul to Trae. But referee, you screwed up. How's that on us? You screwed up. The man did not let him land. That should have been a foul, technical foul, all that stuff. You have to let the shooters land. So, you give it to Trae, but that was BS. That was really your fault, officials. And I said that. So, take that for what it is, even if it means nothing to you. At the end of the day, you still wrong, and wrong is wrong. Now, speaking of the Iceman, I got to get to him as well. Ice Trae Young, playing within the game tonight again. Hey, 19 points, 19 assists. Yeah, a 19 and 19. 1 point and 1 assist off from it would have been his 4th 2020 game. So, this season. But still, 19 and 19 is great. He played within his pace. I know he was 4 of 16 from the field, 25%. 2 of 9 from 3, 22%. It really doesn't matter to me. Only reason I say that is because he still knocked down his free throws. 9 of 11. Thank you very much. Still gave me another 10 points that didn't come from the free throw line. And he gave me 19 assists. So that let me know that guys were knocking down shots for him. Thank you so much for knocking down the shots. But also, Trae, thank you so much for not shooting us out of the game or anything like that. You played within the game. Also got 2 steals. Check them out. 2 steals. 3 rebounds. At the end of the day, it wasn't an efficient game, but at the end of the day, it was an effective game. And that's what I love seeing tonight from Ice Trae Young. But I have to finally get to the man of the hour, and that is Maruk Zaccharie Risacher. Okay? I'm about to call him the Italian Dio. You know what I'm saying? D-I-O. If you don't know what that means, just look it up. But seriously, I'm about to call this man the Italian Dio, man, because this man is the real deal. Chef's kiss tonight. 12 of 21. 57% from the field. 5 of 11 from 3, which is 45%. 7 of 9 on free throws. Yes, Risacher was getting to the free throw line tonight. 6 rebounds he gave you. Gave you a steal. Also, plus 19 for those who care about the plus and minus. Trae Young was a plus 13. Dyson Daniels was a plus 21. But Zaccharie Risacher, new career high. 36 points versus the Bucks. Just completely just doing away with the 33 points against the Knicks. That was his career high. Zaccharie Risacher in 34 minutes tonight was absolutely brilliant. A lot of those assists that was tonight, of those 19 assists, a lot of those were going to Zaccharie Risacher, and he was knocking it down. There were times in this game to where Zaccharie Risacher was one of the only ones knocking shots down. Okay? Like, it was one point in time to where it just seemed like, okay, doink, there goes another miss, okay, doink. Zaccharie Risacher, splack up. So I'm just like, man, hey, Zaccharie Risacher, my rook, I love seeing what is going on. He is continuously growing. Guys, do you see this growth that Zaccharie is doing? Come on now. Zaccharie Risacher, in the month of March, I said this before me and Walter was on the show. I said it again when it was just me, and I'm going to say it again tonight. Zaccharie Risacher, he is finishing strong as far as the month of March. This man is on his way for his second consecutive Rookie of the Month award. In the month of March, he's averaging over 15 points. It's going to go up just a little bit more after this 36-point performance. Come on, man. Zaccharie Risacher is one of the top guys in the NBA when it comes to rookies right now. He should, at the end of this month, by the time April starts, he should be number one, the number one smooth groove jam when it comes to the Rookie of the Year award. This guy is it. Okay? This guy is it. Zaccharie Risacher is elevating his game, 19 years old, and he only has room to grow. Yes, I'm going to big up my rook. I sure am. Because he played excellent tonight and he deserves it. So, guys, great win by the Hawks tonight. Of course, again, like I said, beating the Bucks 3-2. If the Bucks continue to lose, the Atlanta Hawks can continue to win. And, you know what I'm saying, give the stiff arm to those Magic who are creeping up on us. If we could just do that and take care of business, let the chips fall where they fall, you never know. The Atlanta Hawks could possibly not be playing in the Atlanta Hawks Invitational. We could possibly be in the playoffs for the first time since 2021. So with that being said, guys, peace and blessings to you all. Great Hawks win. Thank you guys for always tuning in. You know, stall us out on the titles, and we're trying to do our best that we possibly can. We just appreciate you guys coming through and loving the content. Hopefully that's why you click the videos. And I am Chris Tipmore, and until next time, this has been Hawks Digest. Peace and blessings to you all. Hawks win.